Ecoboost, and just completed putting on the timing chain. Got to put the cover on, whatnot. Um, this is the third time I've changed the timing chain in this vehicle. Wanted to give you a couple things I found very helpful. Number one, when you do it, take out the grill and the radiator. Literally, you could have it out in about 15 minutes. Yes, you'll have to recharge your AC. That's not a huge deal. The amount of back time and leaning over the motor and trying to get the right height, that is huge. So I would definitely take this out. 6 bolts right here and a couple connections, and then the AC lines and the coolant lines for the transmission cooler, and obviously the radiator lines, which you got to take them out. Next thing, don't take off the plumbing over to the turbos. You can do it without it. Just move them out of the way. It's not that hard. That is such a pain in the rear end to get in there. You got to take the inner fenders out. You got to take the wheels off. I didn't have to do any of that this time. The other thing is, they tell you to take off the intake. I have no idea why they tell you to take off the intake. You don't need to. The main thing is you got to make sure this pipe here stays in place. So when you're wiggling it out, you got to kind of jam it in there against something to make sure it doesn't move. This is a coolant line. Also, pick up these. These are for holding the timing chain or the cams in place while you're aligning it with that dot, that gold colored mark, that dot, the yellow colored mark, and then the crankshaft with the 2 marks, so it should be right in between there. There's 2 of these actually. They come in a set. I think I got mine on Amazon for less than 50 bucks. There's a little tool, which I don't have it, for holding this little plunger down. It costs more money. I didn't find it useful or helpful or even needed, especially if you're replacing those. It didn't really help me out, so I wouldn't waste my time or money on that. Getting the crankshaft pulley off, go to AutoZone, rent their tool here. This one I think is for Chevy, Chrysler actually. It actually works really well. I couldn't find one at AutoZone, Advanced Auto, O'Reilly's. They all had them for everything else but this. So that one worked great. It has the 3 slides here, or the 3 try with the little hooks on it. So it works really well. Definitely do that. And obviously, torque wrench. This is a little one that I got from Harbor Freight. I tell you what, I've been buying tools there for the last couple years. They're actually pretty good tools. So I know for that everybody's a little bit worried, but I've compared it to other things and they're actually really well, very similar. So I think that's it. All the rest of it's pretty easy. Oh, one other thing. That is such a pain in the butt to get off. It's a stretch line. I just cut it every time. It's like 12 bucks. It's not worth the time to try to pull it out. Especially, I don't want to have to put one back in after everything's back on. I'm going to put it on new anyways, so just cut it. I think that's it. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Thanks.